We're here at the back of my F31 Touring, and unfortunately I accidentally backed into a tree recently and cracked my outer right taillight. And I haven't been able to find replacement ones for a good price, so I'm taking advantage of this opportunity to try out some facelift taillights for this car. And these are aftermarket taillights, but they claim to be plug and play with the pre-facelift cars. So during the install, we'll see how true that really is. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. So opening the box here, we can see our taillights. It's a full set, both inners and outers. And if we take a look at these a little bit closer, you can see they come with multiple connections. So these actually have connectors for facelift cars as well, if you just wanted to use these as aftermarket tails that were a little bit cheaper than genuine. These also have sequential lights, which you can disable, but you'll also see for the outers, we have this really long cable here, and that actually runs all the way up into the hatch, and that's what activates the sequential tails for the inner parts of the taillight, because the turn signals are both the inners and the outers. But otherwise, when we take the film off of these, you can see they actually look quite good, especially being an aftermarket. They look very factory, which is what we would want. Opening up the inner here, it's got all the proper seals to seal to the hatch itself. Again, a bit of a mess of wires on the back side here, but most of that is just to make this plug and play. There's also wiring for the rear fog lights, which these do come with. I think those only come factory on the European cars. I'm gonna wrap these up and we can go ahead and move on to the car. So we'll start by opening the hatch. So for the outer taillights, you'll see this panel right here, and we're just going to pop these tabs open using a trim tool. And we're gonna be careful with that. And what you'll see here are two 10mm nuts. We're gonna take those out and then we'll be able to pull the whole unit out. Forgive my car being dirty. This is my work vehicle and I work at a park where there are a lot of dirt roads and also a lot of trees, hence this repair that we're having to do. And now we should be able to grasp the taillight and work it out of there. There's gonna be a clip on the outer backside this way, more towards the front of the car. And that's what we're trying to work off of there. See that little ball joint right there? That clips into a little retainer right there. So now we're gonna unclip this 4-wire connector. You just pinch the tab down, pull it straight back. That's unclipped. And I'm going to take a moment to clean up the inside of here because this doesn't get open very often. So I'm gonna start by removing our inner taillight here, and I believe it's just this one 10mm right here, and a retainer comes out, and we should be able to push the housing out afterwards. So mine are kind of glued in with this silicone sealer. I'm gonna see if I can break away a little bit of that on the outside edge here. So I'm just using plastic trim tools. There we go, I feel the seal breaking. There we go, I believe. Yes, it is loose. Now I'm gonna unplug it and lift it straight out. So I've got our new facelift taillight temporarily plugged in, and right now I think the outer taillight here is running through its sequential turn signal sequence, and that's with this loop taken out right here. And then if I put this back into this plug, now we have a very normal turn signal. I think you could get away without running that wire up into the hatch for the inners, and you could just run this as your outer turn signal, and that would work just fine. All right, I had all this torn apart. I was looking for a way to run that wire. I've spent over an hour just trying to run that wire into the hatch, and I've had no luck getting anything to feed through this grommet or to come out where the taillight is, anything like that. And the amount of time I've invested is already not worth it just to have that taillight carry over to the inner portion. I don't care that much. I'm not gonna run that wire. I don't think it's worth it. It's just really not. That's my opinion on the matter, so I'm just gonna keep rolling with what I've got. This resistor comes with 3M double-sided tape, so I'm just gonna stick this inside the bumper here. I'm gonna put it on this flat part. That should be out of the way of our tail lamp when it goes in. And so there are two connectors on here. You want the one where the pattern of the wires in the connector itself matches on both the car side and the taillight side. And I'm gonna do my best to tuck these wires down into the bumper. Once I feel that those wires are sufficiently out of the way, I'm just gonna line up my taillight with the two studs on this side and that little grommet in the back. There we go, it popped in. Taillight is sitting nice and flush. And the same panel from our factory light should mount right onto here as well. Not as good of a fit as the original taillights, but definitely on there just fine. And on the hatch, there's a lot of seal material that we need to remove, so I'm gonna use a plastic scraper just to get that off of there. Just enough to where our new light will seal to the hatch. So it's definitely not perfect, but I'm pretty confident that it's flat enough that the permanent seal, this foam seal on the inside of this taillight, will totally seal it up. So I'm gonna feed the wires in, get it lined up. So the way you've got to get this thing in here is first you have to put it in with this retainer started, so just barely started, it's loose, but that allows you to set the light in. And then from there is this hook right where my thumb is. And so that hooks into that slot at the bottom. So it's gonna go from here and slide over to lock it in. And that's gonna be a little bit tricky, but that's how this thing locks in. And then once we have that in, slid over, we can tighten up that retainer on the inside part. So I'm pulling it towards me as far as I can with it flush. And I'm gonna push in towards the hatch. I'm just gonna tap it over to lock that hook in. And so that's got it, that's grabbed. And now on the inside, I can tighten up that retainer with this nut right here. And there we go. And now, just like the outer taillights, I'm going to pick the plug that matches. So it's gonna be this smaller 4-wire plug for the pre-facelift cars. That clips in just like that. And this here is the wire that would run to our turn signals. I can go ahead and tuck all this away, and I can take our trim panel and slot it right back on.
With the lights installed, here is a comparison between the original pre-facelift lights and the aftermarket LCI lights. And here are those lights with the turn signals on. And here are the brake lights. There are two key differences with these lights, one being the brightness, with the LCI lights being considerably brighter in person than the originals. The LED brake lights and turn signals also give a more modern look compared to the factory incandescents. The other notable difference is the shape of the lights themselves, with the LCI lights extending physically further back from the end of the car, delaying the air's delamination from the back of the car and theoretically reducing drag. One issue I ran into with the installation of these new lights was caused by the fixed seals on the inner taillights versus the silicone adhesive from the originals. The foam seals apply a constant outward force from the hatch that the design really wasn't meant to handle, which causes the inner taillight to protrude slightly in best case, and worst case, as I experienced on my left side, it can actually break the plastic tab meant to hold it in, causing the light to eject. What I did to fix this, and what I would recommend for proper installation, is I removed the foam seal, applied a bead of silicone adhesive, and reinstalled as normal. Be sure to apply some painter's tape to help keep the light in alignment as the adhesive dries. Overall, I am happy with these lights. For the price especially, they do look nice and work flawlessly. Other than the wires meant to run to the inner turn signals, installation was quick and simple. If you find success in running power to yours, definitely let me know in the comments down below. But don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.